How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Vaporware. This is Lewis.
Daniel. Burrow. And Omar.
And
He's playing his mobile game right now. But go on, Lewis.
Hope you guys had a good week. I certainly did.
Well, why did you have a good week?
Yeah, ass.
Why'd you have a good week?
No.
Why do you have one? Where's my good week?
Yeah, you asshole.
Who gave you permission to have a good week? No, yeah, Lewis had a good week.
I'm allowed one every once in a while.
Just one.
Just one.
Well, Lewis is really happy about having Sonic Mania coming out this week.
Yeah,
that's why it was good.
I'm sure everyone's seen the reviews, but it
was really impressive.
I finally got to get my hands on it, get to play it and everything like that. And you know, like when I saw the trailer for this game a year back when Comic-Con 2016 was going down, I was hyped up for it. And I thought, part of me thought that the hype would subside, but it didn't, and it never went away. And part of me thought that, part of me thought that, when the game actually came out, it was just the hype was gonna die instantly. So, some Marvel movies, you watch them, you see the trailer, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be really cool, and then you watch it again and again and again. You keep on hearing about it, and it fizzles out when you actually see it. You're like, oh, it didn't really live up to the expectations. I'm happy to say that it's not just because I'm I'm a super fan of Sonic or anything like that, but
I think you were.
Well,
no, you were.
Well, yeah, I am, but well, I don't know. Playing it, and I don't know. I played it and I smiled all the way through, and I'm happy to say that the game it met and exceeded my expectations. Part of it was due to the fact that the game there was gameplay and there was footage of certain things, but I'm glad that nothing was really spoiled for me because it was just a lot of the same. So the guys that worked on the game did a really good job of keeping a lot of certain particular secrets under wraps. But yeah, the game's amazing. And I was smiling all the way through. I felt like I was a kid playing Sonic 2 for the first time, or even Sonic 1 for the first time.
It looked good though. Yeah.
All over again.
It did feel that way.
Yeah.
It's too bad we don't have the technical capacity to actually show it right now.
Yeah.
If it wasn't delayed.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But no, it's really cool. I mean, there are a lot of surprising things in it, like the mean bean level.
Yeah, I guess we'll go into spoilers. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you that
already beat it by now.
Yeah, that either have the game or have or interested in probably seen spoilers. So, spoiler alert. There will be stuff that we talk about in here, and some stuff that I still won't mention. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's I was the one thing I was most scared of is that I would get burnt out on it, and I didn't, and I want to play more. I've beaten the game, and I want to go back and I want to beat it again. I want to play it through again. The game's not super long. It's just as long as Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles combined. It's a little longer than that actually. But I mean, the value, it's only a $20 game. It's $19.99 on the PS Network and Switch, which by the way I played it for the Switch, and yeah, it plays just fine. You can take it on the go, you can play it at home and stuff like that. But whatever.
That's probably the coolest part, though, to be honest.
Yeah. The portability.
At least for a game like that.
Yeah, exactly. I can say without a doubt, it's my favorite Sonic game of all time. Now, my favorite Sonic game of all time was Sonic 3 and Knuckles, just because of the story. It told a story without talking and did it without dialogue and everything like that. But it's the gameplay and the animation and
it's worth it, right?
Yeah, in the little attention to detail in the way they switch things up when you're playing the game is what makes it so great. like you can tell that was Christian Whitehead's the one that kind of like took the
I'm sorry, that name's pretty funny.
yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know if that's his real name, but like,
I hope not.
But yeah.
Why would that be a fake name?
I know, right? But no, him and his team did like a really good job of making this game, and between the gameplay, the music, the animation, because the animator, the guy that did the little animated cutscenes and everything like that, was the guy that did some of the Archie comic stuff. He started off making like little funny Sonic web comics, and then he got commissioned by Archie to do Sonic Genesis, which was a kind of like a mini series harkening back to the original Sonic games, and so they got him to do the animation for this game. And it looks beautiful. It's awesome. And it's short and sweet and to the point. It's not trying to be an overly elaborate story like a lot of the Sonic games tend to do today.
Or a lot of fan art tends
a lot
to do.
a lot of the Sonic fan fiction. It's it's a Sonic game through and through. Just like harkens back to the old Genesis and even Sega Saturn days.
I'll have to say this, it's such a good game that it's funny that it took a bunch of fans to make it.
That's the sad part.
Make it really good. And I'm like, why can't Sega or Nintendo or other games can't do that with their classic licenses?
Well, Mario,
because they're all about metrics and spreadsheets and all that.
Exactly. Well, Nintendo knows what works, and they just repeat the formula. I wish that I do wish that Sega did the same thing. Obviously, they tried to branch out, and they're always trying to do new things.
Well, I mean, that's nothing wrong with doing new things.
Not at all, but stick to what made your game so popular. And
then I have to say that the Sonic Mania, even maybe not graphically, but gameplay wise, it's an evolution from Sonic 3.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's the step they should have taken after Sonic 3.
Yeah, no, it does a lot of things to switch things up, and it does a lot of things to kind of just keep it grounded too. There's in the Hydro City zone, you can commandeer Robotnik's little whirlpool machine. Yeah. And it kind of like does the role reversal. It's now you're in Robotnik's shoes and everything like that. And then there was the Robotnik's Mean Bean machine, which was it was such an awesome surprise. And like I'm so
you had
happy.
to be a real Sonic fan to get that one.
Yeah, so happy that I was not spoiled on any of that. Like I am so happy I wasn't spoiled on any of that, because I'm playing this through for the first time, just like and I see like the whole Sonic versus Robotnik playing Puyo Pop or Mean Bean Machine, and that was just like, it was so cool to me. It was so cool to me. It's like the game sells itself. It's one of those games that really does sell itself.
I think you have to be a fan of it.
Even for newcomers, like
I hope so for newcomers.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you don't really have to be grounded in the Sonic universe or known Sonic back in the day to enjoy it. You can grow up in this generation, and this could be your Sonic game.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It does take place story wise after the like 1, 2, and 3 and stuff like that in Sonic CD, but you can come into this, and this could be your first Sonic game. And it's such a good game. I remember the first day that I played the game, which obviously the day that it came out, I was like, man, this is like the best Sonic game ever. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I'm just bullshitting myself, like maybe I'm just like saying that just because because I was so hyped about it.
Yeah.
But the hype hasn't subsided. It is my favorite Sonic game of all time, because all it does is just improve upon what made the originals so well. And I know that Daniel, you're saying like you wish that they had the
Yeah, I was already being critical of it, because the game needs to Because I really hold high expectations for it, and then
Sure,
the fact that
yeah.
you try it out, I mean, now I realize I would never get it for a Switch.
Well, yeah. And again, that's
it's a little separate, but
yeah, like you can get it for PS4, you can get it for Switch, you can get it for Steam when it comes out on the 29th, right?
something like that.
Yeah, it comes out at the end of this month.
Sooner the better.
Right, I know. I know. But whatever you get it for, it's you're gonna have a fun time. I had a blast, and $20 is a steal.
For a game like that, yeah.
For a game like that, I mean, because
game, dude.
it's not a lengthy game, but I think we got used to games being so lengthy just because of, like, you know, a lot of games are like 30, 40, 50, 60 hours.
So lengthy, so pretentious, so artistic.
Yeah. No,
Like,
like it doesn't have to be a lengthy game for it to be fun. This game is lengthy because of its replay value. You can play the stages over. There's multiple routes that you can take. There's multiple characters that you can play as. You can get the Chaos Emeralds. You can unlock. You can unlock different moves. You can unlock moves from Sonic CD.
Yeah.
You can unlock moves from Sonic 3. You can unlock moves from. I'm not sure. I'm sure you can unlock stuff from something else. I've only unlocked those so far.
I don't like the fact that you have to do that.
Well, I mean,
especially when it just pulls. I mean, that's why the one thing about the mode, because you don't have that flash that he does in Sonic 3. You get the spin dash thing, but it ain't the same, dude. I like the vulnerability you get.
But that's Sonic Mania's gimmick. It is trying to still retain its own identity in a way. And that's why it kind of has Sonic Mania has this thing called like the drop dash, where if you hold on the jump button whilst pressing up, you can kind of hoist yourself along to continue the momentum that you had when you were running and jumping. So that of course does away with the flash attack from Sonic 3, where he kind of has like that little extra bit of invulnerability around him. I don't know. You do have the ability to unlock that on a separate mode, but I don't know. Ultimately it's I don't know. Like, for me, anyways, if I were to review it, I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Jesus Christ!
I would. I couldn't tell you where I would diminish any points. I really couldn't.
Did you already beat it?
I did.
How long did it take you?
I would say probably like 5 or 6 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was kind of rushing through it too. I didn't actively search for any of the special stages to get the Chaos Emerald, and I did. You know, like you can do like some of the other special stages from Sonic 3 where you search for the blue orbs, and you can unlock collectibles through there, like collectibles like art gallery, music, and also the special abilities and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's been getting really great reviews all around.
But that goes to show, though, it's like you don't need like an orchestra and all these fucking bells and whistles and all that to make an excellent game. And not even for $60, it's $20.
Yep, it's a $20 game. And the music is so good. It's they're all like little remixes of the older games. So do you think it'll start a trend with other titles likewise? I hope so.
Assuming that the publishers and the developers actually let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see like a new Streets of Rage game.
Yeah.
You know, like I would love to see Sega make that come back in some form. You
they should hold up a little bit. I wouldn't want to go as far as saying, "Hey, let's just make another one just because you have to."
Yeah.
Maybe you should think about what kind of games you want to, or at least what type of lineage or type of game that's already been out there for a while that could use something like this. That's been wrong.
Well, like we were talking about before this, the Metroid one that was made by fans.
Yeah.
They couldn't release it because Nintendo wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of that? How much of that is Nintendo saying, "No, there's no way you're gonna release a good game. You know, you're not gonna get credit for releasing good game."
That's the thing, though. I don't think it's that at all, though. They already had that game to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So they were already making the game.
Yeah.
If they weren't making the game, they probably would have said, you know what,
They
here's
would have
some money.
left it alone.
Yeah.
But no, Daniel's right. Obviously they're making the Metroid 2 remake now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's coming out for the 3DS.
Wait, what? Not the Switch?
No. But it's gonna be kind of a 3D. It's gonna be a 3D game. Now we're on a. It was gonna be two. I should say 2. Yeah, 2D 3D game. I would have preferred sprites, but I mean, I don't know. I'll get it anyways. I already pre-ordered the game, and I already pre-ordered the Samus 3DS XL edition from GameStop. Which, by the way, why am I surprised that GameStop mistook Samus for Metroid when I pre-ordered the damn thing? Because I went there and I was like, hey, I went to GameStop and I was like, can I pre-order the Samus 3DS special 3DS XL special edition? And because it has Samus on the back case, like with her readying her blaster.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, awesome. Well, I'm gonna get that. And so I tried pre-ordering it, and so he's the guy's like looking up at his system, and he's like, "Sorry, we don't have it." I'm like, "But it's all around. Like it comes out next month." I'm like, "Are you guys not taking pre-orders?" And he goes, "No, I guess not." And I was like, "All right." So I ended up leaving. I called the other GameStop, and the guy's like, "No, we should have that. I don't know why he's telling you can't pre-order it." So I went back in there.
Of course, this is GameStop.
Yeah, of course it's a GameStop. I went back in there.
You went back to the same one?
I was just outside. And I went back in. I talked to his coworker, and I said,
"Go in there, like, hey, listen up, motherfucker."
I told him, I was like, "Hey, you guys should be able to give me the pre-order for the Samus 3DS XL."
Wait, you walked into a GameStop asking for a pre-order, and they didn't give you one,
right? And that's what
what's going on here?
So I ended up talking to his coworker to see if he knew anything about it. And his coworker says, "Oh yeah, no, totally. We're taking pre-orders for it." And then the other guy that originally told me no came back, and he goes, "Oh, you're back?" And I says, "Yeah, I'm pre-ordering that 3DS XL that you said that you didn't have." And he's like, "Oh, I typed in Metroid 3DS XL." And I was like, why am I not surprised that GameStop mistook Samus for Metroid?
Oh.
And so his buddy got the pre-order. I thought it was pretty funny. That was a little bit of satisfaction for me there. Because GameStop loves their pre-orders. But anyways,
I wonder if the employees were like, "Hey, you're pretty persistent on pre-orders. Do you want to get a job here?"
Please. No, yeah, right. No.
Ah, boy.
But no, it's Sonic Mania. What were your thoughts on it, Daniel?
That was cool.
Yeah.
Man, but that's all I can really say about it.
We'll see you guys next week.
Well, I mean, honestly, no, because the fucking Switch ruined the experience for me already. It is.
Yeah.
Like
The Daniel's an anti-Switch knight.
No, it's not even that. It's like the fact that you can't even have a controller that's like 1-to-1 wireless.
Yeah, the controller
do that?
has some latency with it, so it did dampen the experience. Yeah. But I mean,
and
I didn't give it a
of course.
Yeah,
I doubt it. But the thing is, it's like one thing too is like that. Because this is the first time I use a controller with a Joy-Con.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know why they're going away from using an actual gate. For the stick, the GameCube controller had one, and that's probably one of the best. Like the Wii U Pad didn't have one. The Pro controllers had one, but the GameCube controller has one. That gate is like essential.
What was it?
You know what the gate is?
Mm-mm.
You look at a GameCube controller. You know how there's like actual slots for the actual every angle. So you can actually like notch every single corner, kind of like a fight stick.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it had the little octagon.
So in this one, we had this new cool gimmick that fucking sucks when you have a controller that doesn't have a good gate. If you had a gate that just pointed straight down, I would actually be able to do that spin dash thing any way I want. But no, I'm holding down and it's going left or right.
Yeah.
So, and then also D-pad brings it way down.
Yeah.
That's
well, I mean that can all be solved with the Pro controller. But controller aside, what did you think of the game itself?
It was pretty cool. I was really worried about like just the gameplay itself, but actually it just felt like Sonic 3 minus the flashiness.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sucks because I would have thought
it's in there.
It's in there, but I feel like that probably should have been the standard, and then unlock their spin dash thing and all this stuff.
Well, yeah, like they could have had that as the option. Do you want to play with the drop dash? Do you want to play with the flash?
The thing is too, because you even told me like, oh, you can't do it in a safe game. You have to do it in a safe. So what kind of limitations are you trying to give me on this game that should be a celebration of Sonic?
Yeah,
and you fucking do that shit to me. It's like, really, man? That's not even like fun.
Oh, I think
gaming shit like that. Well, the game's already has enough replay value where you don't need to lock shit behind achievements.
Well, I think it's like I think the primary game is trying to maintain its own identity as well. Like, because there's also other stuff.
But there's really what identity is that though? It's just the fact that these people made the game. I mean, it's Sonic. And it's still it's just a rip off, or not rip off, but it's Sonic, but it's also what do you call it? Still the base game of it, Sonic 3.
Yeah.
It's like that's because that's why the game still feels like a mod to me, a really good one. But that's just some of those things, man.
Well, it's a mod, but on a professional level because it has like the cutscenes, it has the obviously it has new stages, so that's what kind of sets it apart.
The new stages are cool. Right off the bat, it felt it felt like a game didn't skip a beat.
Yeah,
you go from Green Hill Zone to like Chemical Plants, and also you have a Studio Opera Zone, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, it did. No, they skipped the beat. It was good. That's really fun.
Yeah, but awesome game.
Yeah. I still want to play it more. Actually, we'll wait till it comes out on Steam.
Yeah,
we'll probably do some more. We'll probably do more on it eventually.
Yeah, probably mods for it.
Oh yeah, I'm be curious if it's
gonna be Mario mods.
I'm gonna get there's a Shadow the Hedgehog mod.
No, don't give no.
Oh yeah, no, but when that comes out, I'll let you play on the PS4 controller. You'll be like, oh look at this, it's way better.
Yeah, I do like the PS4 controller better than the Switch controller. I need to get a Pro controller because I know that's
they're expensive as hell for no reason.
Well, and that's exactly the thing. Like I'm not trying to spend $70 right now, but I do play like a lot on the go, and so like when I play handheld mode,
well, you're using the Switch as a Switch, so
yeah,
man, you can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, but exactly. But yeah, no, it's Sonic Mania. We'll probably have full-on review and everything for you guys when we have gameplay footage.
It's super concise one too.
But yeah, I love it. It's my favorite Sonic game of all time. I can't see myself changing my mind at all because like it really is just
until Sonic Generation 2 comes out.
Yeah, Sonic Generation 2, Sonic Forces.
Oh right.
No, that's not
furry game.
Yeah. All this is like, oh god damn it, dude. It's funny because like when Sonic Generations came out, I was like, oh my god, this is so good. But it was a lot of, I can tell now it was a lot of nostalgia for me because it was like the idea of classic Sonic meeting modern Sonic.
Yeah.
And that idea sounds amazing, but the like when
should have been more than that too. It should have been classic Sonic and then cartoon Sonic and then what do you call it? Then generate the 3D Sonic.
Well, if they were going to go that far, they might as well. But I mean, but the idea of like classic meeting modern, it was a cool idea to like bridge the two worlds together because there's a lot of people that are for the more modern Sonic games, and there's a lot that are for the classic Sonic games. Obviously, I'm more classic, but I mean, you had a little bit for both. But in hindsight, the classic stages didn't feel like quite like classic stages. You know,
I would say Act 1 is definitely classic, but everything else beyond that is kind of Act 2. For those was a drastic change, which was cool, especially the music. Like fucking what do you call it was amazing was Oil Ocean. How you get to make a better song on Act 2? That shit blew my mind.
No, it's true. Now all we gotta do is wait for Sonic Forces, which I will get. I will play.
Also, you got
it's the one,
the furry one.
The furry. Oh yeah, you can create your own.
Create your own furry.
Yeah. So the fan base is gonna go wild with that one.
What if you just create like a human?
It's different.
You know,
It's not Mario Forces.
I don't know. I think people are still sour about Sonic X and humans interacting with Sonic characters.
Yeah. Well, shit. Let's see how Mario pulls it off.
That would be cool though. Just hey, I would take that. Make her own. Make her own human character in Sonic. I don't know. I just fucking Sonic Generations 2, just updated from the last one. But that's alright. We have Sonic Mania, and I'm not going to try to be super picky. We got this game, and I'm thankful for it. I'll be playing it for a very long time. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm just waiting now. Let's see. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
It does not work like that.
But yeah.
But you're gonna hopefully next time we probably have all the emeralds, because I want to know if you actually get fucking what do you call it? All the emeralds. I just want to see if you become Super Sonic, and I want to see what it.
Oh, you can.
No, but I want to see what what the big deal is.
Yeah.
Because you just I don't know. You said there's no hyper yet. I mean, I don't know if there is a hyper.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of fucking legit.
Yeah. I won't spoil anything about the ending, but you once you beat it, you can
I'm
go back.
surprised it's an ending.
Well, yeah, there is, but
There we go.
but
Is it drawn cinematically?
it's animated, kind of like what you get with Sonic CD. It definitely harkens back to what those endings were like in Sonic CD. No.
I'm excited. I mean, just playing that one, I really want to play the rest. Just seeing on stage is fucking.
Have you guys ever seen the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Which one?
The anime one?
Movie.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
The movie?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, though?
You guys have. Oh my god.
It's not
like
the
an
fan
actual-
one, is it?
Is
No.
it an actual movie?
There's
or is it
a real Sonic the Hedgehog non-fan-made legitimate anime movie.
So is it like just a bunch of cutscenes from the
Nope.
Sega CD?
Not at
It's
all.
all done by some dude just editing shit together. Man, I totally forgot where to go on this stage. This is insane.
It's a movie called Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic is a hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is it a live fight? Wow, that's I don't know what to
Like
say
a
about that.
cartoon.
The voices are horrible.
What year was this?
This was 1990 something, like
Yeah, it's
1990.
like Pokemon.
It's like when around the Dreamcast or something,
Yeah.
where it was still cool to be 90s.
Yeah, this movie was actually really cool. I'm surprised you guys haven't seen this.
Honestly, I never heard of it.
Yeah.
That's the funniest
It's not
part.
something I'm gonna be looking out for.
Yeah.
Of course, Lewis will be looking out for it.
What you did, just Google like, what did you search for?
I've known about this since I was in middle school.
Damn, dude,
Yeah.
hardcore.
Yeah.
That's a true fan.
Yeah. Me and my buddy Anthony, we're both really big Sonic fans, and he's actually the one that showed me this movie. Yeah.
Right.
The voice acting is horrible, but it's so fun.
That looks like it would have been a TV show in Japan.
Yeah.
They just brought it over.
Tail sounds really annoying.
Yeah.
It's like they try to get the Japanese Goku to speak English.
Yeah. He sounds really nasally.
Yeah.
see.
But yeah, dude, like, you gotta tell me about the other one too when you play, because I know I'm for sure not gonna fucking play Forces.
It's based around Metal Sonic.
But is it based on CD or what?
Yeah. Well, it's loosely based around CD.
Shit.
So I got this past week I was thinking.
What's that?
So you know how how a lot of kids are vaping nowadays.
What?
You know they're vaping with the vaporizer, right? So that must be cutting into
a lot of kids.
Yeah. Well, like when I say kids, like 18-year-olds and teenagers. And,
So adults?
Yeah, adults, young adults. But like the
So
thing
people.
is, people
Yeah, just people are vaping.
But
People in
I'm all thinking, man, that must be cutting into the tobacco industry, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Why not?
Nope, because they're fucking taking advantage of that shit now.
Yeah, they're putting nicotine in there. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're,
Yeah, because I was
I
gonna
mean,
say.
it's not like
no,
you can extract it, but then you can add whatever they add, just like
Just put
concentrated
nicotine
nicotine in it.
Okay.
yeah, because
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if they wanted to make more money, how come they don't just put anime characters on the cartons of cigarettes?
What?
so you're telling me they want to make it more,
No, they're not allowed to do that anymore.
I mean,
Because there had those
I know
flavored
the Joe
cigarettes.
Camel and all
Well, no,
that.
they have flavored cigarettes and all that.
Yeah.
They
Oh, that's
said
right.
they couldn't take those out because it looks like
especially in California, you
it
can't.
looks like they were selling to kids. Now you want to put cartoon characters on it?
Yeah, but see, they're learning adult stylized cartoon characters.
Nah, that's not gonna work.
Like Betty Boop and
And
stuff.
I just want to, the thing is, okay, that doesn't work, but it's like, why does it work with beer? Like, the
With
hero
cartoons
is a
and beer?
Mortal Kombat beer, right? And
Yeah,
you
but
have
it's
video
Mortal-
game characters.
Mortal Kombat's
but
like rated R.
But it's
Yeah,
a Mortal Kombat beer that's
And they had energy drinks.
So there's no Mortal Kombat related kid stuff, There's no like cartoon Mortal Kombat
Yeah, but kids
on
still
Disney
play
XD.
games,
or something.
dude. Yeah.
Fuck you, man.
No, they can't do that.
No, because if you're gonna go back and put cartoon characters on a fucking vape, so like, what's the point of that? I mean, there's already
Make money.
well, they already have like,
I assume like on the actual device to vape, maybe.
Yeah, like the actual-
but not the actual nicotine packets and all that. Not
I don't
cigarettes.
know. Trying to find a good way to make money.
well, they're already making money just by making people smoke it. I mean, I don't think they need to try any harder than that. I really should have quick saved last time. Jesus Christ.
Maybe they made a video game character where the role is the character has to.
That's one thing they should do
Oh,
is
man.
like put smoking in video games.
It's
They don't
like-
do that.
They stopped doing that a long time. Well, actually,
When was the
No,
last time you
it's-
saw smoking in a video game?
I would say computer games back in the 90s they did that.
Well, do you remember the game?
Is it? Yeah, I actually do. It was,
Full Throttle, they smoke in Full Throttle.
Full Throttle's a cigar, yeah.
Vanquish.
Vanquish?
Yeah, it was a game for now it's out for Steam, but it was a game for a PS3 and I believe maybe Xbox 360. It was a Sega game. But yeah, the main character smoked.
Mhm.
It was a platinum game. And
I
you
guess
just
GTA counts too, right? Is smoking in GTA?
I don't remember.
There's
Only in cutscenes. I've never seen people smoke.
I mean,
weed.
GTA 5, there's weed smoking, but there's no cigarettes. You know that?
well,
But,
Yeah, because it's bad for you.
well, no, it's funny because like when you play GTA, when you play San Andreas, CJ doesn't want to smoke. Like he's always like trying to like, no, I don't touch this stuff. And
Yeah, but there's a guy named Big Smoke,
well, I know, but I mean,
so he smokes.
he smokes for sure, but
But
like,
weed though, so good.
well, but what I'm saying is CJ turns it down. So I mean, I think there's something to be said about a main character in a game like GTA that turns down. I don't know, like
Something to be said. I don't know. Some producer talked to HR. And not HR. They talked to legal. And they're like, hey, can we do this? Like, nah, you can't do that.
but the
you
game's
wanna
not for
sell
kids though.
It's still sold to kids. No, yeah, it's not made for kids.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat, right?
You're right.
Yeah,
But
the
there's
parents
no
buy
smoke
it.
in Mortal Kombat.
I mean, there's smoke.
Yeah, the smoke. Yeah, the characters smoke.
He's smoking. He's literally smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen like in GTA people smoke cigarettes.
No, only in cutscenes though. Because I remember in number 3, I want to recall that it happened. But honestly, like NPCs, no, not even close.
Yeah, like in movies, you can't do that. You can't make people smoke anymore. It's gotta be like
In movies,
it's like almost an automatic rated R if you smoked.
really?
Yeah, almost an automatic.
Dang, dude.
If you smoke in an R or in a movie, I feel like there's some commentary on why like you shouldn't smoke.
That's Hollywood for you, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there is. I mean, just characters just smoke because hey, it's time to smoke.
Well, depending on what type of movie it is.
True,
I mean, if
also-
you're watching like a mafia movie, then it's gonna be rated R anyway. But
Yeah, and usually those are like what take place in
Cigars.
like, the 80s.
yeah,
Yeah.
And the 70s.
It's funny because it's like it's not so long ago that a comic book character like Gambit or Gable or
Gambit smoke?
yeah, he didn't smoke cigars like Wolverine. He smoked cigarettes. you
yeah.
know.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
But Marvel at the time was like, oh no, we can't. The kid can't be influenced, and then it stopped everybody from smoking.
Oh, what's his face? Did he smoke? Whiplash? Or am I just thinking of the actor because he smokes a lot?
Probably Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Probably Mickey Rourke.
it was just Mickey Rourke smoking.
Yeah. They say
Yeah, he says to keep it down.
okay.
You're laughing too much.
Yeah. They smoked in Ghostbusters pretty damn casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 80s.
Yeah.
On the thing, apparently, when you buy the new Ghostbusters, they give you like pamphlet and stuff inside,
Yeah.
and it shows the other Ghostbusters movies, and it shows rated R on Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I didn't know it was rated R.
It's not. It's rated PG. It's rated PG.
But did they update the ratings because they're smoking? And other stuff?
Did they?
I don't know. It just says rated R on it.
That
I never thought it was rated R before. I don't think it was ever.
it was for sure not. That'd be interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like some movies back in the 80s, I don't see how they got away with the PG ratings. Like Spaceballs, that was PG.
God, that movie was
It
great.
was?
Yeah, Spaceballs was rated PG.
I think things were different back then.
Yeah, very.
Well,
Yeah, they're more sort of strict as you're now
Yeah,
when it comes to ratings. Because that one mom complained more than the other.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a good question.
Smoking in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that
That's
is
six.
yeah.
That's
Cool.
6. And then didn't
No, they smoked in the canteen after before.
At the
were
very
they
beginning,
were they
yeah.
showing smoking or was it just like smoke in the air?
Well,
they were smoking.
Yeah, I think they were smoking.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's like a couple.
Yeah,
of
one guy had a really long one.
Oh, maybe. I know Jabba had like a hookah or something.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool, actually.
Get that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hit detection and shit.
So I want to talk about something that we were discussing a little bit earlier.
What's that?
I finally got a chance to play it. It just got released for the PS4 and the PS Vita. Undertale.
Oh.
And Undertale, and I feel like anytime I mention that game, I'm either gonna get like the best response or the worst response.
You care to describe that?
Well, because
The game itself.
Undertale came out a couple years ago for the PC. I'm sure that everyone pretty much knows what the game is by now. But for those of you that don't, it's an RPG where you have the choice of you have the choice of not killing the enemy, and I think that's the big gimmick about the game.
Mm-hmm.
You can go through the entire game and not kill a single thing. And your ending changes depending on how you play the game. And when the game came out, it got rave reviews. People love the game, and people still do. But the fan base got a little nutty, and weird things started happening with, just like people that never played the game were trashing it. People that played the game, like a lot of trolls started popping out of the woodwork saying that the game was overhyped and everything like that. And it's
really easy to get that feeling when you have people just
all up on the game.
Well, they can go ahead and meme about it, That's the thing. Meme about you have to just do memes about a thing,
Yeah.
but it's all like unrelated to the game, and you really don't understand what the game's about. And then when people talk to you about the game, they just reference that same shit all the time.
That's a good point. I think when you know, maybe when you know, for me it's like when I hear about the meme first, before I hear about the story of the game or the movie or the show,
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I don't think it's something I want to get interested in.
Yeah.
It's hard to
I mean,
because the experience gets ruined on its own.
I know because the meme takes on a life of its own. I guess you could say it takes on a different meaning.
But then why not enjoy the game on its own merits without the outside influence of?
Well, the game would have to be interesting to begin with.
Mhm.
Well,
Is it? There's like one time where you can judge. Games are the one thing you can judge by the cover just by looking at.
So it's been about
It's
2
all
years.
purpose.
Yeah. No, it's been about 2 years since the game was released.
Fucker.
And you know, like I finally got it just because it was released on you know PS4.
What took you so long?
Yeah.
Because this one.
Well, yeah, because I don't really play PC games or games on the PC. I mostly stick to console just because like I have a laptop that's like extremely limited.
I'm sure it can handle it.
It probably could, but I don't really play on any
His
games.
laptop's the size of a pizza box.
Oh god.
Wait, is it a pizza box?
No, it's an Asus from like 5 years ago.
Okay.
But I don't know. I like to play on my handhelds. I like to play on my on my consoles. But anyways, I finally got the opportunity to play it, and it's interesting because I keep on hearing, like, the one thing I hear is all you need to do to enjoy this game, or to just judge on your own merits, is just avoid the fan base. That's all I ever hear is avoid the fan base.
That's hard, though.
The fan base is horrible, and it is.
But you know what's funny? That works though, because I was watching, like I said, one of my buddies play, and it was really cool watching the game. I was like, man, because you know I was watching with an open mind, and I was talking about it in the chat at Twitch. I was like, oh, you know, this game always gets a bad rap. I'm watching this because I want to see what the fuck's the big deal about it.
Yeah.
Without a person playing it blind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So playing it blind, it's like him doing that. It was fun because he was actually explaining the game. He was lost as well. He wasn't trying to do something. But then, like the guy I was watching, he was saying like, yeah, man, I don't like the fan base either, just for the fact that. I don't like the fan base either just for the fact that they come in when you're streaming it or something like that, but all they do is they tell you what to do. And they don't really tell you about the game or just watch you play. They always try to force you to do something. Yeah. And that's where he said that's why I hate the fan base. Cause they don't really treat you with respect when you're playing the game. Like you got to do what what they want.
Like you always not listen to.
Well, I mean, because it's one.
Well, that's the reason why you just playing.
It's one of those fan bases that like just you can see a religion being. Kind of created. A little cult, based around Undertale.
Yeah.
But I mean, at its heart, it's got a really well from what I've played, which hasn't been too much, but so far like it has a really nice little story. I like the idea of sparing your enemies. Yeah. Like you don't always have to kill something. Like you can reason with your enemies, and I like the little battle systems that they have. And when enemies attack you, you have a little heart which represents your soul, and it's
that's the cool part.
Yeah, and those little mini games play like little like bullet hell games where you're avoiding different types of attacks, and you also have an HP bar. But so it's not like your conventional RPG game, but it's kind of like Earthbound in its quirkiness. And
it's like a social RPG game.
It is.
That's like the better way to explain it.
Totally is, yeah.
Well, at least from what I saw, but you can totally play it like a conventional one where you have to get power and level up. Or you can just chill and not do that. Yep. Yeah, that's what's cool about it.
It's true, and the endings change depending on how you play it too.
How many endings?
I'm not sure how many, but I know there's like at least 3. I'm sure there's like a
I'm just curious how relevant they are. If it's if they're all vastly different, or is it just like Fallout where the old school Fallout where hey, you know what? When you show you a screenshot of this city, yeah, you did this in the city, and now they're doing this.
Or Mass Effect, where it's just like what color explosion do you want?
That's even worse.
It is.
That's even fucking worse, man. Don't even bring it up again.
Yeah, it was. That was. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's one of those situations in which the journey was its own reward.
Yeah.
Because I love Mass Effect and I love the journey to get to where you're going. I just don't like what happens when you get there.
Well, they kind of just, it's not even I want to say it's not even the journey because, well, the journey's the end of the game, we'll say they fucked up because, for me, in my opinion, Bioware thinks they shit gold all the time, so. But what makes it really shitty is the fact that you have all this thing, you have this whole pent up, like, amount of gameplay from 1 to 3, and you have all these like, man, I've been doing these type of actions since the first game, and all these things, and then it comes to the very end where all that doesn't even matter, and like that just really cheats you out of the whole immersion because they've been telling you, hey man, every single thing you do is detrimental. I'm like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah.
She's at least oh my god.
No.
Yeah, it just gets bad.
Yeah. But it. From my opinion, like I heard someone say, if you want to enjoy the game, go in there with as little knowledge as you possibly can. Don't look up anything. Just
that's actually pretty good too because, like you said, when people come in and ask you when you're streaming it, it's like, oh, I can do this, do that. It kind of kills what the actual exploration.
Because you got a lot of the backseat drivers at that point, just kind of like like, oh, you should do this, you should do that.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong. It's like, no, the reality of it is, it's a game where, like, can you imagine if you had a bunch of backseat drivers for a game like what you were playing?
The act.
The act, like if you just, oh no, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this.
Kind of did.
But see,
But we all didn't know.
Yeah,
that made it better.
Yeah, but you have a bunch of people.
We were all in on it though.
Exactly.
We all didn't know.
But versus like people that have actually played through the game and
when it's that way, it's very different.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I meant is like people that know the game versus everyone that like people that are kind of just enjoying it together. Like I can see myself playing Undertale with a group of friends and we're all just kind of like watching.
Yeah.
And we're all just kind of talking about it while we're playing. That could be enjoyable. If you were streaming on Twitch with a bunch of people that didn't know what the game was when when the game first came out. Like, you'd have a lot of people, it's like, oh, what's this game? And talking about a game that they didn't really know about.
Yeah. That's the thing, too, because, like, I wouldn't mind, I have to look at it some more. I'm like, earlier when I saw him play, I was like, this is actually a pretty fucking cool game.
Yeah.
I really like all the interactions, and it's like, that's like the best part about it.
Thank you.
But it's just unfortunate everyone fucking ruins it.
I mean, and you're going to get the people on the other side that don't really know a lot about it, but still just maybe don't really like the look of the game, or just kind of like shit on the game because how overhyped the game actually is.
I mean, I gotta admit though, the look is kind of mad too.
Well, it is. But I think that's its charm at the same time.
Yeah, if you like it that way, sure.
It's not, but it's not trying to be anything special. I don't need to see a flashy game all the time. I don't need to see, like, I'm sure if it wanted to be one of those games, it probably could have if it spent more time on it, but it reminds me of a text-based adventure.
Yeah.
Like where you're not really trying to go all out with graphics.
Not at all. You're just trying to.
It is really about the journey itself. I can give two shits about the graphics, really.
Well, the graphics don't even matter at this point. Because obviously, like I said, it's like, or you said pretty much, it's like Earthbound, same combat system essentially.
Yeah.
How much did you play it?
I played for about 30 minutes. And yeah, I enjoy it so far. I played through a few battles. I got through the introduction, and yeah, I like it so far. It's all from my experience. It's I can say, just go in there with a clean slate. Don't look up too much on it. And
same thing with Rick and Morty.
yeah, and so that's the other thing that I want to talk about. So
that's what's funny though. I did watch Rick and Morty once, and I was like, nah.
What? So what was it for you?
I wasn't really impressed. I just thought it was like I when I was watching it, and I couldn't get past the fact that it's like, dude, this is just straight.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm like, dude, I already know. Like, I don't need to see a funny version of Doc and Marty when they already were pretty fucking hilarious on.
Yeah.
I think it's for people that want more of Back in the Future, or.
Well, it's for people that want more Futurama.
Yeah, for people that think it's not over yet.
Because, but it is what, like, Futurama was like a really good sci-fi cartoon, and I think Rick and Morty kind of continues that trend.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Doc and Marty, but it's not really Back to the Future per se. It's just those two characters' likeness, or their likeness, you know. Yeah, it's its own thing. I like it. I saw the first season. I dig it.
I mean, I don't know. I was kind of the only one I saw I recall the most is probably what do you call it? The one with the staircase or some shit. They had to go travel. They had to go travel up the staircase, and I don't know what they were doing. It was almost like that Chowder episode. They had to climb the dude.
Okay, Chowder.
Yeah, Chowder's that's a show. Yeah, I mean, other than that, it's like I was just not really.
Yeah.
I don't get what's so smart about it when it's just like, man.
It does a lot of different sci-fi things that like kind of pokes fun. It pokes fun at like multiple dimensions, time travel, different realities. Just anything sci-fi that you can think of, it kind of just pokes fun at. What was it for you, Amaro? Like you said that.
I haven't yet watched it. I mean.
He just ruined it by the fan base.
The fan base. I mean, I try not to listen or hear it, so when I get down to sit down and watch it, I'll be like, okay, I'll enjoy it. But you know, it's just, I think that when I'm not knocking the show or anything,
sure.
But when you have an instant, a fan base that grows like that, like literally overnight, and is really impulsive, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just to me
really proud about it too, apparently.
Well,
part.
people can be proud of it. That's great, but it's just for me.
Widely proud is a difference.
It's like it becomes like the whole Brody thing, that's finally dying out.
Yeah.
No, it's not. There's a movie coming out.
Wait,
October.
A movie like about My Little Ponies?
Yep.
Okay. Have you guys ever seen?
Imagine how many adult males are going to be in that movie theater.
Oh God. Oh jeez.
It's like Brody.
It's only adult males too, right?
But
mainly,
yes and no.
I've never seen any like women like
80 to 90% of that fan base is that. Have you ever seen Bronies? The Netflix special like
Is it a documentary?
It's a documentary.
No, I didn't know. I didn't care.
Yeah. I don't know.
But is it the same thing as furries or what?
In its own way.
In its own way, indeed.
Yeah.
Like it's its own thing. It's pretty funny because Q, the actor for Q voices one of the characters, and you can tell he's like really holding back some of his criticisms because he was talking about, he's like, I voiced one of the characters, and I'm thinking that like like a lot of little girls are going to be watching this, but I'm getting emails from these dudes from these grown men and everything like that.
You know what I mean?
And
hey, bro.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I checked my email, and this guy he sent me this email, and I'm thinking, I don't know, it's funny the way he says it, but you're thinking, damn, what did this guy send him in his email? I don't know, like you can like what you can like, but
it's John Valenti after that is like, and then shortly after I fired my agent.
yeah. It's, you can like what you can like, but it's not for me. I'm trying more and more today to just kind of enjoy things for myself and not look at a fan base anymore.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. It's like, but for me, it's just like I feel like, especially online, obviously with the internet, is that I kind of feel like fandoms kind of ruined everything, and I feel like fandoms are generated from people that don't actually have better things to do. I mean, maybe you're wrong. I don't know, but
yeah, the internet's definitely kind of hurt a lot of a lot of these fan bases.
Not only that, but I think like the internet, with the internet, it's like especially when you have fandoms like this, it's like all the fans are trying to be a mark for themselves,
Yep.
They're not really there to love the thing, right?
The one being the first one to post something
It's
on
not like,
Reddit.
hey, this is my favorite show.
Oh,
I got all the toys. I got the comics. Check this out. Oh, this is what I love about it. It's just like, no, I'm contemplating my favorite, or here's my favorite furry, or this and that. And it's just like, it's all about me. Check this guy.
it feels like they're supporting the team.
Yeah.
It's
Like a sports team. It's like a team Rick and Morty and team
it's
Undertale.
Star Wars
it's like,
too,
this is my team Star Wars.
But see, that's the problem with that is that you can't offer criticism to something of that.
Well, that's what
nature.
sucks.
Because you feel like they feel attacked. Well, you were attacking my team.
Yeah,
It's like, well, no, it's like,
My team's gonna
it's
win
like
or
this is why,
something.
yeah, but you can't be like, well, this is why I think the show's not good for me. I was like,
It's like, no,
this is dumb. Like, you guys make it worse for me, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no,
it's like, for me, it's like, the one that really got me was, and I know Lewis wanted to with this, it's like, a lot of people were telling me, you gotta check out Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
oh hell, no, get that shit out of here.
And I'm not knocking on it. People like it, it's great. But for me, it's just like, it's just like a bunch of Raiders fans giving me a reason to like the Raiders.
Well, there's a reason now, though.
Or like,
you
Cowboys
watch
fans is like, this is
I
why you
do.
should like the Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly.
When did you start watching it?
I'll tell you right now. I started watching it when Chris Eccleston.
1976.
No. Like I started watching it when they brought it back with Chris Eccleston, and like I'm not gonna sit here and make anyone watch Doctor Who. I'm not gonna try to play it up. I like it.
Well,
I like it because
the thing I want to say about it is because I was giving it a fucker. Sorry, it's just people throwing grenades and I got killed anyways.
But yeah, it's just. It's a cool team.
Did you have to watch? Did you have to watch like the previous?
Which one?
Did you have to watch the previous iterations of Doctor Who to
No,
follow it?
It definitely has not.
Standalone.
It is standalone for its most part. Yeah, you don't really have to. You don't have to watch any of the old ones.
Like right now, okay, let's say if I started watching now, I think it's like Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
So if I started watching him, do I gotta watch anything else before him, like Matt Smith and the other guy?
No, you would have to watch. You would have to watch Chris Eccleston.
Really?
Him?
Yeah. Well,
I
because
think he's trying to say, though,
it's in a sense it's kind of a reboot.
Seems like an investment.
I guess what you're trying to say is that
Not really.
It's pretty
I
fucking
don't have to watch the original series of Star Trek to understand the Next Generation.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
It's more like the other way around.
Well, yeah. No, you're right. You can watch. Yeah, you can watch Next Generation by itself and enjoy it on its own without having to watch William Shatner's.
But it was funny because I'm comparing it to when I grew up with all these, being a fan of Star Trek and Star Wars and comics and stuff like that. Even I'll read the books and play video games. Even when I was obsessed with it, right?
Yeah.
But even I knew that there's some I can critique some of the stuff. Like some of the stuff is pretty bad. It's like, oh, this is awful and whatnot. But now it's just like a gang mentality. It's just like even when you critique the worst aspect of that franchise, people still get all case.
They'll jump on you. they'll definitely jump on you.
Like, and that's the stuff I can't stand. It's like.
Yeah, fan bases can the sad part is fan bases can destroy something that's really genuinely cool. Sonic is a good example.
Yeah, actually, that's a good example.
Sonic's a good example because that.
I think the furries already took it over.
Yeah. I mean, there are some people that just kind of want to enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it was, which was just like a really cool 16-bit platformer that was really unique for its time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and just say that my opinion's right over. Obviously, I'd be no better than all those other guys that are talking about.
Hey man, we're not asking you though either.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't know. I like it for what it is.
But that's good. That's how you should like it.
Yeah.
Like I had like my Star Wars how it is. Original trilogy and everything.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, I was watching somebody's YouTube stream. They were talking about. He was complaining about how Star Wars has become, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then he's like, well, one thing he hated was like, oh no, I'm just, I'm getting annoyed of all the people that are recording the reactions to the trailers.
Yeah.
And it's just like, going back to what I said, you're just being a mark for yourself, dude. It's like,
Yeah.
you're not really excited about what you're seeing. You just want to be, I want to be on the commercial that shows all the people excited about the movie.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's like
you see that shit a lot though. It's kind of scary because but like I said earlier, because everyone just wants to be the first guy to post something on Reddit that's cool about this subject that they don't really care about.
And the thing I hate the most about that is that people will put fake news stories or fake stories like, oh, look, this is what happened, or this is, on Reddit just to be on the front page.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think that's a disservice to people that, freaking the internet is supposed to be, a place for information.
Yeah.
But like half of it is false. And I don't know. And I think it's the whole internet age. Everybody needs to be a personality. It's just like, dude, it's like not everybody is gonna,
Yeah.
be yourself. Don't I feel like when people want to be a personality on the internet, clearly they're being fake. And maybe I feel like it's kind of like eventually eat them out. Eat them out, but like what? Eat them inside. It's like it's like there's I know this is laughing off. Okay.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just I feel like it's like when you have a habitual liar, right? They keep on lying, and eventually they lie so much that they can't lie to cover up another lie anymore. People, start seeing the bullshit.
See them.
And I feel like this is how like all the internet, personalities are, And I'm playing up this character, this facade, and like eventually it's just like it's gonna get old. It's gonna get.
Sure.
Like I was talking to Mark, it's like he was complaining about. Original content creators on YouTube, there's hardly any of them.
No.
It's just like, oh, here's a new movie trailer. This is what I think of my character, And it's just like, the day that YouTube comes in and says, hey, you can't make original, quotations, original content based off other people's original content. Dude, that's going to kill a lot of people.
It will.
They already killed it quite a bit already.
Well, with the ad apocalypse, whatever you call it.
Yeah, because a lot of people are just,
But it's and I agree. I think it's like, dude, that just goes to show that, there's a reason why only so many people make it on real TV. It's because they actually have a passion and a drive to be on there and make it.
Yes.
And the talent. They're not just sitting there and,
just trying to piggyback off of someone else's success. No, you're very right.
They're basically making like a bunch of the shows like Access Hollywood and Entertainment Tonight, and those like television magazines. That's basically on YouTube now. It's like, what's happening now?
Yeah.
And so I got all this.
Well,
they basically take the news from other places like. Actual publications and go, look at what happened. Look what I just read this article on this thing.
Yeah.
They're saying this and this and this, and they're like, well, you're telling me, and you're just like regurgitating what they said.
Yeah.
Instead of like pointing me to the things. Like, here, read the article. Now it's like telling me, let me read the article for you.
But no,
I won't say credit. I'll just say where it came from.
The bad part about that, though.
they're going to say the writers anymore.
The bad part about that.
Well, let's say the article where it came
from. They'll regurgitate the article, right? But they're only going to cherry pick what is entertainment.
And like
and they won't show the whole article.
And whatever is original, what's original to them
headline.
is their opinion. That's the original content. It's their opinion on that, and that's true in a way. But it's like, well, enough.
No, you're right. That is true. Like, I mean, you can't really bash that because that's them, providing their own time to do that shit. I mean, not that it's a good thing because some of their opinions are stupid as fuck.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but like you look at a lot of YouTube channels, like they're really ones that are making good money. It's just like there's not original content. It's like, it's like it's just like okay, here's a new movie trailer. type in the movie trailer the same hour it came out, and like all these channels.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't
It's
even
like,
find.
dude, you guys making money off of this?
I can't even find the original.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't.
Yeah, you can't find the original trailer anymore.
Yes, it's.
Got all these fucking idiots saying, "Hey, let's watch my 20-minute trailer preview." That fucking really, when the trailer's only like maybe like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You're fucking have a 20-minute video trying to explain every single frame, which is not really necessary.
No, it's not.
The other thing that gets me a lot too is when you have
It
movies.
is easy.
Yeah,
It is.
It is. Sort
So
of like
easy
what
to
we're
do
doing right
it.
now. It's
Like we could do one. Yeah, we could technically just do one right now.
Yeah, let's watch a trailer or whatever. It was like stupid movie.
But
I wish I had a bigger camera for that. To be honest.
Yeah.
Ooh, glass.
I don't know. It's just like all the movie, like people that review movies. Like the other ones I noticed, it's like, oh, here's all the Easter eggs you missed out of the movie. It's just like, dude, if you need a channel to tell you where the Easter eggs are, clearly you're not a fan of that.
No,
franchise.
you just want the answers kind of given to
I
you.
have no idea how they do that the week of.
What do you mean? Like
So the movie comes out.
Yeah.
It's that week Friday, and then the video comes out Saturday. Here are all the Easter eggs you missed or whatever. It's like, wait a minute, how did you find them all? And how are you going to show me without getting footage?
because it went to Reddit.
Mm-hmm. They probably stole it from somebody else.
Because that's usually because they either 4chan or Reddit, whoever, well, most likely Reddit, because that's where they try to aggregate everything, and everyone wants their upvotes. That's why
You're only getting videos soon.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
Well,
It's over.
So that means people are just gonna have their own threads for. It's like, there's my channel, guys.
Here's my, I know. Here's my. This is my board.
Yeah, they're gonna have their own. Good, join me on board, guys. But the thing is, though, when
I mean, is that what is happening, man? Is that it's just
It's there's a comedian that said this.
Go ahead, man.
It's both audience. You're both audience and
fucking bullshit.
and entertainer.
No, you're a mark.
Yeah,
you
you're.
just fact that you're a mark.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to being easy. It is easy. It's quick money if you're doing it right.
If they're doing it right.
Well,
Yeah,
if you have the people.
Personality.
You're right on that because look at the black nerd guy. I mean, it's not necessarily his content; it's how he conveys the information.
Yeah.
He has his own like.
And he is
people like it,
because he's pretty much honest.
Yeah.
He's not like bullshitting people. He's
He
not.
is.
He's not putting on an act.
and that's what I like about him.
He's just like he's a normal guy. He talks. He
And he
talks
always
about his
finds-
favorite things.
He finds something positive about all the movies he watches.
Everything.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
Is like he only talks about the movies that he wants to watch.
Yeah.
And the
that's a good
shows,
point.
like he always
Yeah.
talks about Turtle. Like, oh, you're talking about the Turtle
Yeah.
show. Oh, I'm not gonna watch this video.
Instead of like.
Yeah.
But I'll watch the other videos.
Yeah.
Instead of like watching a movie that he knows he's not gonna like.
Yeah, or watch the movies that just came out. Oh,
Yeah.
Logan Lucky came out. Let's watch that and review it because it came out.
My favorite one was with his 9 Lives review about the cat.
I think they made him watch that.
Huh?
I don't think
No,
it was-
he said that he was at the theater and it was just like, actually, I'll just watch it.
Yeah.
And he watched it, and he said he was genuinely surprised. He for what it is, it was a really entertaining movie.
Huh.
And then, but like his review was really, everybody liked his review of it, right?
Yeah.
So then, like the studio was like sent them like a grab bag of like 9 Lives merchandise and all that. And it's just
Because like leftover stuff. Like we got all this junk in the bag. Just give him one.
But no, I mean, I think he's a reason why people started seeing that movie pop
Yeah.
into it. They're like,
But then people see him. It's like, hey, I can do that. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you could. Not as good as him, maybe.
yeah.
Not as like, I don't know, earnest, but
Ernest?
really, honestly, and in his way, like he just does it like.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's
Yeah.
his personality.
Genuine.
It's genuine personality.
Well, I don't feel like he has a gimmick.
No.
He doesn't.
It's,
I mean,
I
it
feel like,
is the black nerd. It's his
Well,
thing,
it
but
is
it's like
his
he
thing,
doesn't
to be
really
honest.
like.
I
it's
feel
more
like
of a name,
if I
right?
ran into him at a Comic-Con, he'll be the same person that I see on that.
Oh
I
yeah.
hope so. Yeah.
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 What if he's not? What if he's like a total asshole?
No.
You're just so different,
well,
Rory.
He has like
Well-
a posse with him, over his leather jacket.
Well,
He's good.
Dave actually hung out with him.
What?
He said he played Smash Brothers
Oh,
with him.
yeah.
That's
No,
funny.
he's a,
Said it was the same old dude.
yeah, same
Okay,
thing.
cool.
He's not, he doesn't. Well, I like him. He doesn't let this shit get to his head. At least that's how I perceive it.
That's actually a good thing. I'm
So
so glad
far.
there's people like that.
So
Well, I don't know. If you say so far,
No, but
but
this
honestly,
guy-
where he's at now, he's pretty at that point
He's
where
at the
YouTubers
point-
are dumb.
he's at the point right now where he could easily get on
TV?
cable on a cable channel now. I'm sure.
You're probably going
That would be a step down.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that like
YouTube Red.
Or I don't know, but what I'm saying is
Well, the thing is, like, he's there. I mean,
they already asked him to be in those movies, right? He had some cameos in a few movies, and he also
What was he in?
He was in the latest Sharknado one. That's neat to talk about, right?
It's not a real.
But still, though,
No, that's a
and
pop
they're just
culture
like, hey, you know, like for being a YouTube guy,
To be and
it's
to
just
be
like they
noticed
invited him
like
to be on there.
absolutely.
You know that, but he was a moderator at the Ninja Turtle panels at Comic Con too.
See, then-
Well,
yeah.
he also knows his shit about that stuff.
Yeah, that's
but
different.
what-
You have to
but
be.
see,
You have to know to
But
be
he's
part of
being
it.
real about it. You know?
Yeah.
He's not like, oh, I just went on Wikipedia and found this stuff out.
Mhm.
That's like him, you know. So I think that's really cool about Andre, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas I think other guys, you know, AVGN, you know, he's the one that started it, right? But
Who?
Video
Video games.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, but him, it's just like, personally, I just think his act is getting old, or has gotten old.
Well,
Oh yeah, for me for a long time.
he does have videos where it's just him.
Oh, yeah, and he's good at
Yeah,
those,
it's
It's
like
like James Rolfe.
Yeah.
You just see his.
Well,
You just see
yeah, I like
his,
him when he's James Rolfe, and not,
Yeah.
you know.
You just see his.
Yeah.
His latest Game Boy one was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It was actually an angry video game nerd, but the whole time he wasn't really. He had his shtick going on, but he wasn't overly like. He actually knew. He was actually trying to tell you about these products
Interesting.
instead of being angry about it.
Yeah.
But of course, he had his reservation. He was like angry about some stuff. But.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of those where they try to
Be a kid.
perpetuate their gimmick, you know, like angry video game nerd has to play stupid games that make him angry. He can't
Yeah.
play a good game.
Yeah.
Although he has played good games, like, oh, this ain't bad.
Yeah.
But he has to play the dumb games just to make him angry. And then he goes, all right,
Just to get that
gimmick,
reaction.
It's just like-
gimmick strong, keep
Yeah.
going. Just like the other guy too, the one who reviews movies, you know.
Oh,
I review movies so
Doug
you
Walker?
won't. Yeah, so you won't.
Nostalgia
What's his
critic.
thing?
Nostalgia critic, yeah.
Nostalgia critic, where you're like,
I
oh,
have
I'm gonna
nothing
review the
to-
movies so
Dude,
you won't
I-
have to. And it's like, well, you're gonna review all the stupid
Seriously,
movies.
it's like I saw some of his old school ones, and not to knock him, but he, like you said, he'll review like
Feel
bad
free.
movies. You
Yeah.
know?
Feel free.
Just
Like,
for the sake
I
of-
like Doug Walker.
Hey, man.
He'll review the bad movies, but the thing is like the way he reviews them and the way he picks them apart. It's like a middle schooler doing it.
Well,
And it's just like, dude,
You
it's like,
gotta
no,
see the script.
if you're gonna start, you know, if
You
you're
put
gonna
a lot
dissect
all
this
time.
movie apart or pick it apart, at least be smart about it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like not, oh well, it just I don't know. I didn't really like it. I mean, not knocking people who do like it. You know, they do like it. It's great. But
Well, yeah, I think he did the Mario Brothers movie.
yeah, it's like that's like easy pickings. Like
It is.
and you know, you get a good point there because
Like, give me the opposite of that.
It's like,
give me
yeah.
somebody who likes that movie and tell me all about it.
well,
Well,
we
he
tried
made
to do that. We tried to do that.
We did.
But what,
There you go.
anyways, I think that's why I like
Point
it.
valid.
I like
Yeah. I hope we can go back to that, by the way, and
Well, we should.
I can get my
There's a-
thoughts more clear.
Yeah. Well, we have to write it down.
There's a
Yeah.
YouTube channel
Yeah.
I'll follow. You know the Cinema Sims, how they do everything wrong with this
Yeah.
movie,
Uh-huh.
and that one director got pissed off with his skull. He's one of those sensitive millennials like didn't get the joke.
What movie was it?
Skull, the Kong Skull Island.
Oh yeah.
The director was like on this rant on Twitter, it's like blah blah blah. It's like
Fuck this guy.
yeah, it's like dude,
I think she was-
that guy did not get the joke, and you can tell what when you look at him, like if you get a picture of him, you're like, oh, this guy's definitely a guy who doesn't get the joke, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole cinema sense is a joke, you know.
He got-
They'll
he got
pick
triggered,
apart,
I guess
but
you
they
could
get down deep into stupid things, or like they'll like whatever. It's just it's an opinionated thing. But there's another channel that does the opposite of Cinema Sins. It's like Cinema Wins,
Yeah.
and they'll put out whatever movie like the guy wants to watch, and he'll tell you everything great about that movie. So it's a good
But
balance.
see, that's cool though.
But it's like any movie that got bashed. Like okay, let's see what's great about it.
That's why I appreciate watching like B flicks and
Yeah.
bad movies because I like to see the good stuff that comes out of movies.
Should do a cinema wins about
and that's why
Mario.
they give me they give me a lot
I'm
of
not
crap
sure if
for.
there was, but
I mean, that's why they give me crap for the new Ghostbusters movie, right? Because I was able to see, the positive stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Granted, there's not many
I
positive.
can't
things.
wait. I can't wait till that guy does that movie. I don't think he will, but he
Who?
might. Cinema Wins.
Oh yeah.
I saw Cinema Sins for that movie,
Oh yeah.
and then
Which one?
the
Yeah,
August Brothers one.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah. People want to do that.
I could not bring myself. Oh, I can't. I can't
That
bring
was a bad
myself.
movie. It's just bad.
I can't.
Which one? Ghostbusters?
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah.
Like I just.
It wasn't bad. It was like.
Especially for that franchise, it's just come on.
Yeah. Here's my take on that, right?
At least Star Wars, like even though it was a rip-off,
Here we go.
it was good.
No,
I don't want to get.
At least it was
angry.
good.
I
The
am.
thing is, like,
It was a confident movie.
I don't know.
No, I agree. The thing is like, I understand the movie is bad, right?
Yeah.
And for me, RoboCop 3 was bad too. But I
Yeah.
don't spend my time and
Let's
energy
watch it.
on the internet bashing the heck out of that movie
If you had a
and,
channel,
and
you could.
trying to get everybody else to agree with me
Oh.
that this movie is bad.
If you had a channel,
That is a fucking waste of time, dude.
That's the thing,
If
though.
you
I
had a
don't know
channel
about.
and they gave you clicks, you probably would.
Yeah, if it gets or lively.
Yeah, but I don't have a channel. And I don't want to make the energy to make a channel.
I think it's because it's something that I feel so strongly about that I feel like I have to. I feel like I have to
Well,
shit on it.
But hey, Louis, I agree with you because I felt the same way with Star Wars. But then it just clicked on me, and it's just like it's not my Star Wars.
Yeah.
Anymore. It's not my Star Wars.
No, I hear you.
You know.
I hear you. I don't know.
But you know what I did like about Red Letter Media Guy is that when fans ask him,
Red Letter Media guy.
yeah, what's his name?
Yeah.
Just
Mr.
one?
Mr. Plunkett's
Mr.
review.
Plinkett.
Well, the whole red later, yeah, people.
Yeah, but what I like about him though is that when fans are always
Game
telling,
sucks.
when people are saying, oh, why don't you do this?
It's just too
Why
hard
don't
for
you
you.
do that? I think someone was trying to get him to do a Star Wars, a Transformers Plinkett review. And like he literally just said, it's like, dude, that's too easy.
Yeah.
It's like there's no challenge in that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate about him because he actually like that was I guess brave is a word for him to dissect the prequels because nobody was gonna take the
Well,
time.
no one had the time. I don't know about
And no one
brave,
cared
like,
enough.
no one cared enough. He did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, but that's what I liked about it. It's just like I mean.
Do you see those videos where like they review a movie that recently came out, but they don't show anything. It's just like 30 minutes of like darkness. Because people were expecting, a lot of people just because they have a fan base like any other thing, like we were talking about earlier.
But they talk over the darkness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like these fans, like they was, where's my next, review, guys? You're a bunch of lazy, just like how they ruined Angry Joe. You're like,
Yeah.
where's my next Angry review? Like blah blah blah. So they were ruining these guys, and these guys, okay, here's the next review, and they showed it, but just nothing but like 30 minutes of black screen.
Yeah.
And that's
See, that's
another
the sad
topic.
thing,
I'm
but
gonna talk about the
that-
fucking.
That's the sad thing they did, to be honest, because there's actually more to it. I mean, sure, like, oh yeah, just Transformers and just sounds and shit. I'm like,
I think
dude,
it was a Transformers one.
It was.
We're gonna review the Transformers movie, but
Yeah.
they're like,
no, but
It's like-
that's what it was. But like,
yeah, because it's a waste of energy.
but one of those things. But even doing that's a waste of energy, in my opinion. Because if you're not gonna
That's
say anything
true.
about it, just don't even make the review about it.
That's
Because I
true.
mean,
That's
honestly,
true.
if everyone's gonna be on the same page, and you don't have to really make content for it because it's already made for you. To make it
But-
all black, though, it's another asshole movie because, like, honestly, that's still something that someone made, and there's still
And
merit
they're still
behind
getting
it.
clicks for it.
no, their video.
Yeah, I'm talking about their video.
Yeah, but it was like 30 minutes of
Yeah,
darkness.
but that's the thing though. It's like that's fucking stupid. It's like
Why?
it's just dumb. It's like okay, it's just the joke is dumb, and then it's just a waste of people's time. You just aggravate people. Sure, some people got it, some people didn't.
Well, I think they did.
But the
just
thing is, though-
to spite the viewers.
Yeah,
Yes,
The viewers, some of the YouTube viewers, they're unrelentless, dude. And it's just like I hate this whole. Oh, where's my content? I've been with you for 10 years.
So
Where's my
entitled.
new? Yeah, they're entitled. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, fuck you. You know what? How about I just stop right now and you get no content? It's
Yeah.
Then they go, oh, move on to something else. Like,
Like, yeah, I'll move on
okay.
to somebody.
But they don't.
They don't. Then then they come back. It's like, oh, when are you gonna come back? It's like, yeah. That's what I said, man. I think a lot of YouTube videos. Well, I can't say they're all kids.
No, they're not all kids. Sadly.
You
A
know,
lot of it, yeah, just
It'd be a lot easier if
That's
they were
the
all
scary
kids.
part. They're not
it's
kids.
4chan.
Yeah, man, but
What fortune?
Yeah, it's a lot of 4chan people.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. They have their own agenda.
4chan, yeah, is its own.
They have their own thing going
Their own
on.
dimension.
They don't care. They don't really care. There's definitely pockets in there, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. It's just it goes back to fandoms, and people.
there should be a challenge of a guy who just critiques there's already a troll critique guy
Yeah.
not Ron White, Almon White, who's like supposedly who just critiques everything that's bad or everything that's good, gives it a bad review.
Right?
And they're trying to figure out if this guy's like a real guy or like if he's just doing it to troll or whatever. But there should be a
He's
YouTube
a
thing.
computer.
There should be a YouTube thing where I'm going to challenge all the top 100 movies and we'll review, critique them all. Like,
Well, like Marvel movies.
no, all like the good movies, like Shawshank Redemption. I
Oh
wanna
shit!
See, I want to
Like
see the bad things.
good movies.
Yeah, like I want to see like a video, YouTube channel that's like, I don't know, critique this movie, see how
Damn.
all the bad stuff I can find in this movie.
Well,
They're probably like
that's
5
gonna
minute
be-
movies.
That's gonna be a lot of work.
It'd be like 5 minute videos.
Watch a movie.
Nitpicky.
In a way, yeah, because I mean,
Well,
if,
you know,
if,
who does that?
if the bad qualities of the film aren't even like
You know-
are really short or not there isn't much.
A guy that does
Yeah.
it is a history buff guy, and he reviews history movies for historical accuracy. And he even goes like to Oscar Academy Award winning movies. They're like, hey, the movie is good, but I'm going to tell you why it sucks because it's historically.
Oh, but that's like the Neil deGrasse Tyson. This movie's good, but I'm gonna tell you why the science sucks in it.
No, I hate that.
No,
It's the same thing.
Like we get it, man. You're
yeah, but it's so but it's like
What a party pooper.
No, he talks about no, but it's really cool because he gives you a history lesson, right?
Right.
And he'll tell you why. He'll tell you things that are right about the movie and why they twist the story
Yeah.
around to
I get it. It's like Neil deGrasse Tyson does the
Yeah.
same thing with science. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, they're not supposed to do that, or what the hell happened here?
Mhm.
Well, this part's good.
yeah. I don't know, but this guy actually gives you the historical background over the movie
I
before.
guess that's more education. Well, I guess
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson be educational too.
So I don't know. His stuff is really good.
Yeah.
And but like he was saying, like the Napoleon movie, the Waterloo one. He says like the most accurate historical movie ever made.
Because they filmed it back then.
Which movie?
The Napoleon one.
Huh.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of. I mean, that's a good point though. It's like because they filmed it, like no one did. Like no one knows how it really is.
Well, I think, but then he also
even
said that
historians,
he said that
Yeah.
if the movies were all historically accurate, that they would be boring, and there won't be really a strong narrative.
Well, yeah, you
It
need
has
a
to be
narrative.
back in the good guy, and he made it because I watched this one he did on Tora, and he said the reason why the movie didn't do too good is because it had too many characters, right? But it was accurate to the point where okay, all these characters, which were actual little people, all played the roles right. But he said that if this movie was made today, all those characters were condensed into 3 characters, and it's that's the only way they could tell the story right. Sort of like the one movie Painting Game with Marky Mark. And,
Yeah.
apparently, so there was only 3 crooks that did it, right? But the whole gang of people that did it was like 7 or 8 of them, and all they did was just condense 2 or 3 of them. Like the Rock, how he has that gullible personality. Well, that was only one guy in the group, but there was another guy that had his physique, and they were like, oh, let's combine both of them together.
Yeah.
It's
cheaper.
Yeah. And it's easier for the audience.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
To keep track of all the characters.
Mhm. Yeah, but and the other thing I'm not, and I think we talk about this too. It's like fandoms too that just make excuses for like bad movies or just don't it's a lot with the Marvel.
But what movies though?
A lot with Star Wars movies now and Marvel and the Star Trek movies, But I think we already talked about
Yeah.
It's like Team Star Wars team that they gotta defend their team.
It's tiring, it's sickening, dude.
It is, and it's gotten to the point where I'm starting to get like burnt out on.
I want something
on
original.
all those movies now. I was talking to my friends the other day, and they're you watched The Defenders? It's like no.
Or like the trailer or some shit.
Yeah, it's just Marvel. Yeah, no. Just it's out now on Netflix. And
You watch any of those shows?
I like when Daredevil came out. I was really excited. I was like, yes, jumping on that because one, Daredevil's a character that doesn't really get a whole lot of love and he doesn't get a whole lot of spotlight. So I was like, oh, this is awesome.
So he's blind, so.
But that's why I like him so much.
Do you have
When I
something
was-
against blind people?
Well,
Are
people wear
you racist against blind?
How does he know what he's wearing? How does he know what he's wearing? Am I racist?
jeez.
I'm sorry, Louis.
When I was younger, I didn't really.
How does he know what he's wearing?
I don't know. It's
You look in the mirror.
Does he ask
Yeah.
his friends, hey, who do I look like? You look like a devil. I'm Daredevil.
oh god. Maybe someone else is on the damn
He looks in
costume.
the mirror, dude.
I don't know if the horns
How did that work? I forgot how we got this
No, the horns
costume.
here. I can't tell where the horns go.
Jeez.
Just put them all over the place.
But see now that's the only thing you can
Like
critique
Darth
is the
Maul.
color. Like he can see like sonar,
Yeah, his
so he can tell where
his abilities are beyond
Yeah.
science. I mean,
Yeah.
there's somewhat accuracy in it, but yeah, his go beyond. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I get it. He can see a lot more than most humans.
Yeah.
Sort of like that one movie, Blind Fury.
What?
The Samurai. Rutger Hauer. Blind Fury. Blind Samurai. The 80s movie. Shock.
Yeah, I know what we're talking about, but I've never seen it either.
Sounds familiar.
He can.
Rutger Hauer.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Shit, fuck. And then, no, yeah.
It sounds familiar. I don't remember what. Go ahead.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm kind of burnt out on the whole Marvel scene right now.
Well, as soon as I saw that trailer for the Inhumans, I'm like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like
They're all over the place.
they're scrapping on the
all over
bottom
the
of the
place.
barrel for now.
Well, they were going to make those into a movie, right? And then
Yeah.
Well, I think.
After Suicide
you know,
Squad, I don't think they're
really, I think
apprehensive now.
I hope the next generation of moviegoers are going to be like, I'm tired of this fucking franchise shit. I want to see some original stuff.
Dude, they're already tired of TV. I mean,
Well, yeah, TV's already going wayside now, right?
yeah, there's like not much left for them to.
Well, I
Get
think
away from
unfortunately, all the entertainment's going to YouTube now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those, I don't know, movies are
But
still.
even,
movies.
I don't know. YouTube, I'm still at a miss. Is like, what the hell is real true entertainment on YouTube? Because
You got a lot of kids, not
but
kids,
but no, don't say you got a lot of. Tell me what you think entertainment is on YouTube.
American Funniest Home Videos.
Well, that is still good.
Don't just say that's
But
what
the
it is.
thing-
okay.
What's entertainment
Go ahead.
on YouTube? Now, what makes you watch? And what makes you watch for it?
I don't-
a 20-minute plus video.
I can sit down and
Well,
watch.
not this podcast.
No. So this is going to be a shout out to another YouTuber, but his name is.
She just burned herself.
I know, right? This is gonna be a shout out to another YouTuber, but his name's Daniel Eberton. He does full history, full on history of like certain games. He does a complete history of like particular types of games. Like he did one on Crash Bandicoot, which was like a pretty easy one to do. But he does them on like really random games too, like the roller coaster tycoon games, the theme park sim games. He did one on
Sim Sandwich.
He did one on Captain Commando just recently.
Yeah.
But it's stuff like that, like complete history, stuff that I didn't really know about before.
What's the channel called?
You have to find
His Daniel Eberton is his channel's name.
That's the channel's name.
That's the channel's name. You just search up Daniel Eberton, and he does like little he does like complete history. He does other like little lesser known facts about different things too. Like he talks about like 5 like the craziest things that Sega's ever done, like marketing wise. But yeah, it's just he's really cool. He's like he. It sounds like Rupert Murdoch, giving like a complete gaming history of like of a particular game, and he does stuff about some like more known games and lesser known games too. Like he hasn't touched like Zelda yet. He hasn't touched Mario yet. He's done one on Grand Theft Auto. He's done one on like is it Captain Commando. He's done one on what else? He's done like a lot of them, but yeah. Stuff like that. That's what I like to watch.
And for me, it's like I like to watch, lifestyle. The funny, don't get me wrong. I like to watch all the banter about movies and video games. But the ones that I find entertaining are like the ones where people, like the prison guy, that went. All he does is talk about the stories in prison, right? And what's going on in the prison scene. And then there's the other guy who goes to like beat up roadside attractions and whatnot. And,
I heard that one.
Yeah, he just
He does what now?
He just visits a roadside attractions or theme parks that went out of business. But he goes all through the southeast and everything. And for me, that's really entertaining to watch. It's just like you get to see all that stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's in the historical stuff, and like, I like to watch things that can learn stuff.
Yeah.
Or I like the conspiracy ones too, because they're fun to listen.
Yeah. Sorry, Slopes
Like,
Game Room
like
is,
Dark 5 and
is the name of it.
and
But
all that.
Oh my god, fucking these guys. Use your force. I can't, dude. I just started. It's just this game gets. This is like the worst. This is like the hardest part of the whole game because if you have no force powers, you can't force drain, you can't force heal.
Yeah.
You're getting sniped from far away all the time, so you can't.
Can't you auto deflect?
You can't deflect the beam. You only deflect the other lasers. So that's why you gotta. That's why I'm always popping out because there's always some roadie in the fucking corner just fucking shooting at you with a sniper rifle.
Yep.
And then you got the other assholes with the fucking thermal detonators all day.
To get back to the point though, is I think
What was the point?
Yeah, what was
the
the point?
entertainments, like
Yeah.
you're saying the TV
Well, no,
is going wayside, right?
No, but I'm asking. But the real point in the question was what's the actual true entertainment from YouTube because it's such a broad range of any type of entertainment because you can make some video and say, hey, this is really entertaining, but no
Someone
one
can
really
make a
cares.
video about rodents, and there'll be a lot of people watching. It's like, oh, here.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like,
But
I
it's a lot of
think-
like niche entertainment though.
Yeah.
Whatever you're into.
But that's why
Yeah.
you're gonna watch.
That's where it
I
makes it
think that's why
first.
it's so popular because now it's all.
So anybody
we were
can
talking
find
about.
something.
I was watching a wrestling channel where they were saying why was Raw and WCW so popular in the '90s. It was so popular that even your teachers were quoting like the wrestlers, right? In
Yeah.
high school. And then we're really little kids on cable television. There wasn't that many channels. And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, there's big boobs here, and like fucking violence, and they're like, talking shit to each other. Everybody liked it for that. It was the South Park crowd during that time. They just liked it because absurdity.
Yeah, that's craziness.
But they're saying that's why wrestling is not popular now. I mean, it's still popular, but not as popular as the Attitude Era. It's because there's so many niche things. There's so many avenues of entertainment. You don't have to just focus on wrestling.
No, it's true.
I mean, like, I think Netflix and Hulu, things like that, they're not going to forget about network TV. It's going to be all about this.
Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah,
Amazon Prime.
TV too. Oh, who else was doing it? Another social. Oh, you said Reddit's doing it too.
Well, I don't know what the capacity is, but they're getting video.
I was watching it was on the Joe Rogan channel, right? And that's the other one I like to watch, his podcast.
Oh yeah, dude.
But they were talking about how they're saying that they're predicting that these CNN and MSNBC and Fox News, they're not going to exist anymore because people don't trust them as reliable because they're news entertainment. And then Joe Rogan was saying that that's why people go to YouTube and watch the personalities they like, confirmation bias, I guess, in many ways.
In a way, yeah.
But then sometimes there's other people, that actually have good information, legit information. And not only that, but they're reporting from the source because they actually live at the place.
Well, yeah, you gotta trust, like we were talking about with Andre.
You learn to trust him,
Black
right?
Nerd.
Yeah.
You trust the guy because once you get to know him,
Yeah.
even from YouTube, you're like, okay, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy seems legit. Like, I'll follow whatever he says.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it doesn't like steer you wrong. It's like, yeah, you guys all should buy ponies now. And then he'll like, okay, buy ponies. Well, yeah, Joe Rogan, another guy. He's like, you kind of trust. And like they were saying too that back in the old days, there was like, obviously like what the main networks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the main networks. Who was the guy people trusted more with the news? Walter Cronkite. One guy.
One guy.
One guy.
He's all around.
And he's, he was gone. And then who replaced him? A bunch of other guys.
Brian Williams or
Dan
who's the guy that
Rather,
lied?
Brian Williams. There's what's the guy from NBC? I forgot his name. With the lisp.
I don't know, but
And then there's a bunch of people, and then like those main networks had even news guys. And, okay, so you trust them.
Yeah.
And then those guys went away, and then now you're getting all
Now
these
the
cable
news
channels,
entertainment. You
channels
got people.
everywhere.
You got like people cutting promos on CNN.
For like a while. For a while,
That's why
CNN
wrestling's so popular, dude.
It's like CNN for a while.
Conor McGregor's so popular because cutting promos.
CNN for a while, who
Everyone likes
there was
to
a
do one
cable,
nowadays.
but they had like Wolf Blitzer was like
Yeah.
the guy, but now it's like he's a joke.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's
Like,
just
who do you follow now? Megyn Kelly? Who do you,
That's so
oh,
true.
no.
It's like
anybody else?
you
Fox
can't
News,
trust
those
any of it.
cronies.
And then Fox, a lot of people are quick to blame Fox. It's like, oh, these guys are biased. You can't trust them. Dude, but it's like
And they
if you-
sensationalize everything.
yeah, if you watch MSNBC, it's the same thing. But
Yeah, they do it too.
Coin. It's like, dude, these guys are bullshitting.
See?
And the reason why I'm saying this, with confidence is because for the past year, I've been following the Associated Press news, which is the most unbiased news, because all they do is just report it. They don't offer their opinion, and they don't have a comment section. So, and sometimes the news you read is like you don't agree with it and you don't like it, but it's unbiased. But when I start doing that, and then you watch MSNBC and Fox News, or even the Facebook's news, and it's like, dude, this is a bunch of bullshit. I'll like read. That's why I want to recently delete my Facebook. But I'll read like someone's news, like breaking news posted on Facebook from a website I never heard of, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, so I'll go to like Associated Press, or I'll do like research on it. And it's total bullshit, dude. They just they didn't fabricate it. They got the news, but they inflated it with their opinion.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the stuff that people are getting tired of. It's not whether it's conservative or liberal. It's that they're not being responsible with reporting the news.
Yeah.
So what do we trust on YouTube?
Alex Jones.
That guy's funny though, man.
That guy's a character, man. I think he knows it too,
Everyone knows it. No one cares. Well, people do care.
Well, the wrong people care, dude. That's the scary part. You get that guy that ran over that girl over there at in Virginia.
Yeah.
He's probably one of those guys that listens to Alex Jones.
Jesus.
Yeah, but he was saying too, like on YouTube, it is a niche, like,
Yeah.
or you get a bunch of niche entertainment, and like the more mainstream stuff, they're like, well, I want to get into sports. What do you get? ESPN, Fox Sports, maybe some NBC stuff
But
here
now
and
it's
there.
just like, now people are like, the Eagles fan that rages at everything that the Eagles do.
No.
He's a gimmick now, but like,
Okay.
well, yeah, but no, at first the Eagles did a bad personnel change, right? And he just referred to himself as, this is fucked up. Because he's like a super fan, right? But then people started catching on. It's like, oh yeah, this guy's funny.
Yeah,
so
now
everything is him. But now people are going for him for reactions on what the Eagles.
Yeah, because they want his opinion.
It's like Stephen A. Smith, And like,
they want to be entertained.
Yeah.
This guy's entertained.
They want the entertainment, but also they want the guy to just do it in some fashion where it's like absurd, where they can't say it themselves, but they rather leech onto someone else's saying it without their concept of saying it themselves.
I remember when the Panthers lost the Super Bowl against the Broncos.
Everyone's easy to.
And I saw reaction videos on it, and like people were like. They're like throwing like bricks into their TV, or someone like crashes into. It's like, dude.
Yeah, they lift the TV up.
Bullshit, dude. You guys planned this before the game started, dude. It's like don't tell me you're like, really that mad. Dude.
Yeah.
You're getting.
But then like on YouTube you get that too, because who's that big guy who gets mad at everything?
Oh, Boogie.
Which one?
Yeah, right.
There's a really big guy.
Who?
He has like a
Boogie,
glasses.
I just said it.
Boogie?
That big fat guy that just complains and he's a fucking act. Everyone's on his side, and then like this guy, he went to get like a quadruple bypass. Yet he's like, I'm gonna look over my weight, guys, and all of a sudden he has to get one of those eventually.
Is that the guy that ate the pizza rolls?
The Francis guy.
Yeah, Francis.
Yeah.
The
Francis is his character.
Yeah, it's a character though. But I mean,
but
he was the
he's
guy
like
who would
his-
just look at. It's like, what react to this thing.
I remember his Diablo 3 thing. That shit pissed me off.
What was it?
Oh, like, oh no, I know I can get in. And like, because when the game came out, and like everyone knew that, okay, obviously when shit like that happens, you kind of, I expect it because I know what the fuck happens sometimes. I know, and developers and publishers don't seem to think ahead.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, sorry, go on, whatever. I'm not.
But no. Going on to your point about the reaction guy. It's like watching that movie Idiocracy, and then they're making fun of the show. Ow, my balls!
Yeah.
It's the same thing that's going on right now.
Oh God.
People know what's going to happen. People are doing what they expect.
Isn't that what people go to those cable shows now? Is like to get their reaction.
Yeah, that's what they bring those people.
It's not really news. It's just more like
reactions.
This happened somewhere in the world. I want to go to what's his face,
it's
whatever, and then just
people,
see what do you think or how do you react.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's like, I think it's almost like I know how this guy's going to react, and I'm
like,
going to agree with it, and I'm going to watch it.
It's like I want to see how this guy reacts, right? And then it's going to be wrong button. I want to see how this guy reacts. But at the same time, it's like, let me hear your fucking fluff piece, and it's always some guy, and he always has some bullshit title that
Click
probably.
title.
And then no, I'm talking about the title of the person.
Okay.
Like the person's like credentials are just some bullshit like title they made up for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's just like really like man, he's like they really pulled out a specialty guy. Specialist. Might as well call it specialist.
He's an
Specialist.
expert on specialists.
Yeah, but it's just like some stupid expert that's like so like that's a specialist on one little bullshit thing.
But here's the thing though, it's like we know. So we already discussed that people flock to these people with the reaction videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard. You just go on there. If you're smart enough, you know how to work the crowd and you have this, say the good keywords to stoke the fires. And you could just be a gimmick, dude. It could be a wrestler, dude.
Yeah, certain president does that.
Yeah.
Some are fun to watch.
Unfortunately, dude. Unfortunately.
Some are fun to watch. Like
you're if you're a fan of one.
Like Maximilian, dude.
Yeah,
I like his.
You want to see his reaction, so you kind of like Joe Rogan's like, hey, they legalized weed in like Alabama. What's your reaction? You kind of want to know.
For Joe Rogan, I feel like his reactions are kind of genuine though. It's just like. Because he's the kind of person, he's a kid, he wants to believe.
Yeah.
Well, he's
been burned before. So
yeah.
He's more skeptical now.
Yeah, that's why he's skeptical now, right? But
He's
he's
not skeptical because he's just skeptical because he's tired of the bullshit that no one can bring. He believes things if he has physical evidence. And that's why when he had that show on, when we were watching it, that was the turning point of his whole ideology changing from conspiracy stuff to I don't give a fuck no more.
Because he was burned.
Yeah,
he was believing all this and all stuff.
Well, he believed in the martial arts people that cultivated the arts, and he bought into the whole karate chi thing.
Oh yeah, and then he shows videos now of like old people like tossing like their students around, and he just all it does is laugh. It's hilarious.
No, but I like it. But I remember he had Bobcat Goldthwait on the show, right?
Yeah,
they were talking about Sasquatch, and and Joe Rogan was just like, "Hey man, this is bullshit, right?" But then it's like, Bobcat's all like, "Oh well, I want to believe," and then Joe Rogan's like, "Yeah, I agree. I want to believe too."
Yeah, he wants it to be real.
The day Sasquatch is real, they find evidence. I'm gonna be the first guy to be like, "Holy shit," Yeah. So I respect him in that sense. He wants to believe, but he's like you say, he's been burned so many times.
Yeah.
So that's why I like Joe Rogan. I feel like he's one of the more responsible podcast people out there, and he doesn't take sides in the political spectrum or anything like that. He's more of a realist.
Yeah, people think he takes sides though, depending on his guest.
Well, it depends who watches. If you're gonna be a liberal, it's just like
he has his opinions.
And vice
versa.
But
no, you gotta. But if you watch it, I'm not saying he does or not.
He's been called a conservative.
But the thing is, though, he it's obviously it is obvious, and you can't say he doesn't do it, but he does actually pander to what some people are saying. If he likes a person, if there's a person he thinks is kind of bogus, he's not gonna give him time of day, and then he'll just kind of shut him off.
He had the guy, the ufologist guy. And, about the evidence for UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched
Dr. Stephen Greer?
I forget who it was, but he was
see how bad it gets.
He was basically shutting down the whole thing. It's like, there's no evidence, this and that. And it's like, it's pretty funny because Joe Rogan's pretty open about that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is that there is evidence for UFOs. The thing is, they're not saying it's alien spacecraft. They're just unidentified, flying objects. People are not saying that there's, I'm sure there's people saying that there's aliens or extraterrestrials. And I think Joe Rogan got wrong thinking that people think it's aliens, when really it's just, it could be a government spacecraft.
You know what it is.
Yeah. But that's the evidence, is that some of the footage is real. It's just, we don't know what kind of, what it is, what phenomenon it is. So, there's times where, like you say, Joe Rogan does takes, or he kind of panders and whatnot. But most of the stuff, I feel like he calls it down the line most of the time.
He does, but like I say, when it comes down to like person doesn't like.
Or if he doesn't like him.
Yeah, because you can totally see. Because there's sometimes where like maybe if it's like a super liberal guy, he'll start talking about it. Like, oh yeah, blah blah. And then if it's like a conservative guy, he might say, oh whatever. It just seems like a time of day. I'm not saying like. But I just know. He
contradicts himself a couple times.
Yeah, and it's just funny because like that kind of like tears it down for me because dude, it's like you should at least remember what you remember or remember what you said.
Well, he's stoned too,
Yeah. That's true.
You know, I mean, it's
See, it's green.
What's green? Oh, the crossbow?
Yeah.
Yeah, how it should be.
yeah.
Shoot
You go tell that to Chewbacca.
That's bullshit.
Oh, dude. I don't know, what do you think was about that?
What were you gonna say? I think I cut you off.
I forgot when.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's alright. Well, what's up, Camaro?
But the YouTube seemed weird thing about that shit, dude.
The one thing.
Well, what we were just talking about, you know.
Like they're like what, how people react to shit, or it's just how
Well, yeah, I don't think
entertainment in general.
was changed
Yeah.
into what we're
Quote unquote entertainment.
Yeah.
Those
I
name-dropping channels.
well I do like some of the reactions. I don't know. It depends on who it is. Like Maximilian is someone that I see as like really genuine in a lot of his content, because he's been around for a while. He does Twitch, and he does YouTube, and he's successful in both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy watching.
One helps the other.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He doesn't sound like an asshole. Like
He doesn't,
or
no.
like a know-it-all.
He sounds like whenever I
He
watch
sounds
him.
like a fan.
Well, yeah, whenever I watch him, whenever I like watch him and his buddies, it instantly reminds me of like us, like in just hanging out with like a group of friends. It's not like oh man, look at this thing, and like
Let
super.
me sell this for you.
Like he does have very animated reactions, but I think that's him though.
Yeah.
Actually, him.
I think that's like holy shit. Like his one of my favorite reactions that he does, because some of them I believe he does already know like what's going to be shown, but he kind of like embodies like this like what he would say is hype. Like he's just like super hype about it. But like one of my favorite reactions from him was his Final Fantasy VII reaction, because he was anticipating them to announce the Final Fantasy remake. It was a few years ago, but all it was just like the PC port of the just
number 5 or 7, right?
Yeah, it was just a remaster for Final Fantasy VII, for the PS4. That originally came to the PC and everything, and he's like, oh, I thought they were going to talk about the remake. And then the next year, he did a full-fledged reaction of the Final Fantasy VII remake. It's kind of infectious to see that, like,
Genuine excitement.
Yeah, because it reminds me of myself, and like how how excited I get when I see like really cool shit.
Yeah, when he does his like reaction videos and whatnot, it always feels like he's there watching with a friend, like oh man, check this out, and it's pretty genuine for
That's what it is.
Totally
the
is.
way I perceived it. It's not like the Star Wars trailer reaction guys or anything else where there's just like
or the people crying to the episode 7 trailer.
You can tell they're over embellished.
Even things that you can tell he's not really for, he gives it an honest chance. He says, oh well, some of this feels forced, or like he'll have his opinions on it, but he doesn't outwardly just shit on whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Even like with the Marvel, because he's a big fighting game fan, and he's
I noticed.
like he doesn't really like with the Final Fantasy with the Marvel vs. Capcom in Infinite, he has his reserves about it, but he's always willing to go into that with an open mind. He has like these real talk videos where he kind of discusses who his opinion of things like at its core, and he talks about love, hate, and everything in between. Like it's a really good video to watch, because I feel like whenever we watch these videos, we expect to see either this person's going to love it or this person's going to hate it. But we never see it's rare to see that, okay, well, I like this aspect about it. I don't know about this, but I do like this aspect about it. Like,
it's either rage or no rage.
Exactly. I mean, if I were to do like a Sonic Forces video, I can guarantee you, like, my first reaction would have been like, oh my god, this sucks. Oh, look at this. You create a character. This bullshit.
We kind of did that.
We did. No. You know, or at least I did. But you know, like when I take a step back and remove myself from it, there are a lot of things that I could see myself actually liking about the game. I'm just afraid to admit it, I guess. And I think that's what a lot of YouTubers do. They don't want to take that middle ground. They want to have either a love it or hate it sort of reaction.
Or else they're going to lose their base.
Or else they're going to lose their base, exactly. They're not trying to talk about the pros and cons of shit. They're trying to get on
the confirmation.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
Confirmation bias. You know?
And sometimes I feel like people wait for other people's reactions to see if they...
That's kind of sad considering that's like how we used to wait for reviews, now you gotta wait for reactions.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
You know, like
back in the day, it's like, oh, no, I'll wait till the magazine comes out and for the reviews.
Yeah.
When you got no choice, really. Like, what do you wait for? For like a
reaction.
I mean, for like internet, like product or publication to like put out a review. And reviews now, they're not even all that genuine anyway.
Which one, for like professional one or
professional ones? Like, I mean, who do you trust for like a review? Like, yeah, who do you trust for a review?
Yeah, who do you?
Non-YouTube.
Not non-YouTube. Well, like
that's when you read. That's when you read them all. That's when you read them all.
Review for what though?
You don't need to watch TV to fucking review or to understand to watch a review.
I hate to say.
The thing is though, like either you can't really like you could kind of like a guy, but then again it becomes biased. Like, oh, this guy likes this type of stuff, so I want to see what he says about that shit. Angry Joe's
that
kind of like,
helps out though. Like if they're
no,
into this type of game,
but no one's gonna be like, I like this reviewer because he doesn't like what I like, but he also likes what I like. There's no, it's you're siding with the reviewer at that point.
Yeah.
Then you just like his opinion. Then you suck his dick till you start giving him money.
Yeah, that's on them then. That's on the fan.
Yeah, but I mean that's how it turns out, you know.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but non-YouTube reviews, I go to IGN.
Yeah, that seems like the...
I mean, it's only because it's been my go-to since I was in middle school, but I don't necessarily just take their word for it either. I do kind of look at the review, and then that's when I'll start to search around after and try to form my own opinion based off of what I see kind of going around the community. I also like to go to game FAQs because that's just like a lot of users just like, you know, talking about what's good versus what's bad about the game and stuff like that, their opinions and all that good stuff.
That's fine. Like, you can go. I mean, I want to say like probably the most brutal place you can go to actually and get like the probably most brutal and honest information is probably like 4chan, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the only caveat behind that is you gotta pay attention to. You gotta read between the lines really well.
Sure.
You gotta understand because a lot of people are just there's jokes, but you gotta read which ones are the genuine ones. There's some genuine ones, and people are like, oh, this guy makes a good point.
They use a lot of I forgot what it was, but what the term is, but they use a lot of words.
Yep.
That mean something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to them and like they're not actually making fun of a game. They're like, oh, it must be good.
Yeah.
If they're not outright like mad at it, you know, like there'll be people who are mad at it, obviously.
Sure.
But if there's like genuinely like people like, oh, this game's actually pretty fun, and they get along with it, people are like, oh, okay, this must be a good game.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that. That's a pretty good thing. But I'm just
But there's a lot of bullshit you got to cut through.
That's the thing. That's like the
bullshit
biggest problem.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
some people can't do that.
They're the most. Yeah, no one wants to go to that.
Well, and I'm scared of like spoilers and stuff too.
True. Also,
Like,
they don't care.
It just makes you wonder if William Shatner, or just makes you wonder what William Shatner looks for when he's on that site.
Wait, what? William Shatner?
Yeah, he goes on there.
Seriously?
Yeah, he tweeted it out.
Oh my god.
What he does, I don't know, but
he's like what 80 something now.
He's on Pete, right?
who knows? Actually, I don't know.
Probably TV.
But
Probably.
that's a good point because I remember when
on YouTube, who do you trust in for reviews?
My go-to is damn.
Is there a lot? Is there more than one though?
To be honest, I kind of just search around. I get a general consensus. But if there's one I can like actually trust, oh man. Yes, I know. Sorry, it took me a second to think about. He reviews a lot of Vita games, and he reviews a lot of Switch games now. But
Vita.
yeah, his name is Blue Maxima,
Does
and
he drive one?
huh?
Does he drive one?
No, he just maybe, I don't know. But he doesn't really give number reviews, or like he doesn't give like a
No
score.
scale.
He just plays through the game and he gives his opinion as he's like playing through the game. He's like, oh, this is kind of cool. This isn't. So he does give like an objective viewpoint on some of the stuff. I disagree on, but like some of the stuff I actually. Like God, like he was reviewing like a game, or he's talking about a game rather, and I was just like, oh, he's kind of a little critical here, but like for the most part, Blue Maxima is a guy that I go to watch for a lot of reviews. Angry Centaur Gaming.
Wait, hold up. Sorry, I want to. Why does it have to be? Why does it have to be? Yeah, why does it have to be angry first? That should be Centaur Goddamn Gaming.
But
that's a catch.
Does he want to be on top of the list when it's alphabetical?
that's his name. He's not angry at all. He has he.
Sorry, I almost said.
No.
It's like HD.
It's literally just his name. He's not angry. He doesn't do any like outlandish reviews. He has a very snarky. I'll even show you guys a review once this is all done.
Well, we got that email, so.
Yeah. Well, no, that's fine. But like he has a very snarky way of talking about his games. He's kind of like Yahtzee, but only.
Yahtzee.
But it's like it's what's his name?
The game?
No. Yahtzee. What was his name? You know the guy that's like really cynical about a lot of his gaming reviews.
Say simple.
No.
Cynical? Yahtzee.
Oh, fucking Lando.
That's his name, but it's
No idea what you're talking about.
God. You'll see what I'm talking about when I actually find it.
But what about you?
Trust in games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't trust any of them.
I don't trust anybody.
I just kind of had to look.
Escapist, the Escapist.
Oh, okay.
I used to read, like, I mean, I have Kotaku on because that's just like all they do is aggregate news. They don't really make their own news anymore.
Yeah.
No, they do. They go on a
Well,
Reddit
what they
post.
do
They
is-
go on a Reddit post and link it.
Yeah.
Hey, check this guy's
I know.
out.
But
This
like,
is cool.
they'll pull articles from other places and link it, or like
Hey,
whatever.
check
So
out
I'll
this.
do that, and sometimes I'll have a review on it, but of a game. But I don't really like read it all. I just go down to like scroll to the bottom, see if they liked it or hated it, and they're like, oh, okay. And then it's not really like I'm interested. Like I don't really trust their reviews anyway, because most of okay, so you know
There's
that.
an agenda behind theirs.
Well,
Everybody's agenda.
you know, like those like
Polygon, for instance, is a big
oh
one.
yeah, you know like that Polygon. Yeah, Polygon. They were trying to play Quake or something.
Mm-hmm.
They sucked at it, you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, can we trust you to play anything?
Yeah.
Hey, remember when they're?
How do we trust you?
Did you see the one about the? Did you see the one that? Oh, fucking Lando. Where is
So
it?
like Kotaku, I have on there just because it's like really easy to read and it's like clean and like like I see Giant Bomb. Those other places they're a little more respectable, but
Yeah.
there's just so much shit on their screen. All these little windows, like fuck, man.
Well,
Let me
yeah.
just give me one article and list them, and then
Yeah.
I'll click on it if I want to read it or not. You know.
And there's some of the guys that
John Paul has a podcast here every morning.
there's some of the reviewers that like you have to like skip to like 2 minutes to actually see the damn
Yeah.
review.
So like I used to trust like way back when like EGM of course.
Yeah.
Jam was cool.
And
Baby.
then
Yeah.
like Next Gen, there's a magazine I trusted. They were more like article based. Like
Yeah.
they're more like actual like editorials and stuff. They would actually write nice articles.
Yeah.
And then but like for game wise, I mean like I said, I don't really go anywhere else. Like I just know like word of mouth and like 4chan is a really
Yeah.
good place to like really like it's a barometer just to see
And now
where
that
this game lies.
now that I know
It's
that,
like,
I'll
I know
actually
it's
have
stupid
to.
and silly, but like if you go to them and like what do they think about this game, and you don't even ask, just like wait until it comes out and see what they post and stuff. Then they'll generally like it and stuff. And sometimes they'll like it for perverse reasons.
Sure.
But like whatever.
Yeah.
YouTube, game wise, I mean, even Angry Joe, he's more entertainment. He doesn't really like go.
His reviews aren't as good as.
I trust him.
Oh, you trust his opinion, right?
Yeah.
I trust his opinion on games that he's a fan of. Like he's a fan of like strategy games.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So like, if I want to know how this game is, then he'll like tell me.
Sure.
Other games like that, I just do it for entertainment, and obviously the big games he'll
That's
play.
that's
just
one of the-
because it clicks. I understand that. But
Yeah.
anything else, I don't really see any other YouTubers for games. Movies, on the other hand, there's like a couple people I trust.
Yeah.
I'll just read them or watch them. But yeah, games, I don't. Now it's just like it's more of a really like it's more like a no review of everything.
Sure.
See where it all averages out. It's like, is this a good game or not? You know.
Well, no, exactly. That's what I was kind of scared of for Sonic Mania, to be honest, because like as soon as the reviews dropped, I chose I get to pick and choose who I watched, and like I'm thankful that I didn't run into like any spoilers. Anything that I saw like on their channels was all stuff that I had seen like prior to the game even coming out and everything. But like that was one of the things. Like I was afraid that everyone was just giving it a good review
Just because?
because it was a 16 or it was a harken back to the 16-bit Sonic era.
Yeah.
And not because it was a good game on its own.
Yeah, see
in its
stuff
own
like
right.
that, like you would not trust because this is just like
You're just
this game adheres to like
Yeah.
all like the fanboys and it's going back to the roots. So
Yeah.
people are gonna like it because of nostalgia and whatnot.
Yeah,
But a game like that, I'll probably just go to you because you're a fan of Sonic.
yeah,
So then I'll ask you, hey, is this game good or not?
yeah.
Hopefully you'll give me an honest answer.
Well, yeah,
And
no,
not bug
and
out, like,
and
because
I'd like to
Sonic-
think that I
honest for
did.
him.
Well, and see, like it. No, I think that I like to. I think that I know that I was giving an honest answer. In general, if it, I couldn't tell you any cons about the game. You know,
You know who's good too at reviews is what's his name? Donkey? What's his name?
Who?
The Donkey guy.
Never heard.
You never see his face. All you hear is he does stupid ass videos, and his name is like Donkey or something.
Huh.
Dunkey. He plays random games, but he actually does like reviews and stuff.
Interesting.
Sometimes, and like they're
Yeah.
pretty good. And like I trust him because he bullshits a lot.
yeah,
But when he's serious, he's like, oh okay, he likes this game.
huh?
I forgot his name. Do you know that guy's name? Donkey.
Donkey?
Yeah, he's like this random like character on YouTube. He just does videos. I gotta look it up for you.
Yeah.
But no, he does silly ass, like just dumb ass, like he just bullshits in games, trolls people in games, his friends,
Yeah.
whatever. But then he'll play like a game and he'll like, and okay, I'm gonna review this.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, like totally like 180. Like, whoa, you're actually serious about this.
Right on.
Yeah.
Donkey.
I forgot his full name. It was like Video Donkey. I forgot his name.
Real junkie.
But yeah, like that's
Alright, guys, so you wanna.
We're about that time. We're about to get kicked out of this place. That was.
Is that it?
Friendly reminder, the library will be closing in less than 3 minutes. Please check out your materials now.
Do you know where
Once
we
again, the
are?
library will be
Yeah.
closing in less than 3 minutes.
See you later.
Yeah, look, gas is soon.
Alright, guys. That was Vaporware. Check out Sonic Mania. It's a really fun game. We'll have some gameplay for you guys next week.
Hopefully. It better come out that day. I'm
hopefully.
pissed off if it doesn't.
I know, right? Another delay.
Fucking shit. Man.
But this is Lewis,
Daniel.
Alvaro.
Omar.
and we'll see y'all next week.